Let's say you wanted to start with an Amazon that had a bow and arrows instead of the usual javelin and buckler. Well, that's actually pretty easy. The file you'll need to edit for this one is char stats, and you'll need to reference armor, miscellaneous, and weapons. So that's, you'll see here in my extract folder, I've got armor, misc, and weapons. I've opened those three already. I'll just open char stats now. Let's go into Excel and just drag that in. That's the easiest way I find. In addition to changing the base weapons, I'm going to change the base items in general, not just the weapon. I'm going to start by noting the strength for an Amazon is 20 and the dexterity is 25. I'm not going to change any of those values. There's plenty of things in here you could play with if you felt like it, but today I'm just messing around with the different starting equipment. To change our starting equipment, scroll all the way over to AR. You'll find item 1, and item 1 at the moment is Jav. So no prizes for guessing what that corresponds to. That's the first thing we're going to change. So if we go to our weapons sheet, I was curious to see if we could have something other than just the short bow. So we will need to look at, where is it? Dex, there we go. Strength bonus, no, that's bonus. Somewhere in here, might be a bit further over. Or I might just be blind. It's in here somewhere for sure. Let's go REQ. Yes, it was right under my nose the whole time. Okay. Short bow was somewhere around 70, 74. Here we go. So strength required is, woo, that's short battle bow. Short bow, there we go. Strength required blank and dex required 15. The hunter bow requires 28 strength, dex, we don't have that, and we don't have the 20 strength required for a longbow. So we'll stick with short bow, that is fine. The code for short bow is nice and simple, SBW. SBW. It's staying in the location for our right arm. There's only one of them, and it's item quality 2. Now, if you care to reference the actual instructional document which comes with the extract, you'll see that item quality corresponds to 0 for any quality, 1 for low quality, 2 for normal, 3 for high, magic, set, rare, unique, crafted, tempered. Let's play with high quality just for the fun of it. It's not like we're going to be keeping these items for very long anyway, so it's not that big a difference to the game experience. Next thing we need to do is replace the buckler with some arrows. I've already looked that up in the miscellaneous sheet. Arrows AQV, that being arrow quiver, in case you're wondering why the letters are Q and V. AQV stays on the left arm. Item count is still 1. You don't have to think about the number of arrows here, just the number of items. Item quality 2, well, there's no such thing as low or high quality arrows, so we'll leave that alone. Item number 3 is our health potion. That can stay in the belt, I'm not worried about that. What I might do though, I'll come back to that. Item 4 is TSC, that is Town Portal Scroll, as you'll find in the miscellaneous sheet. I'm not sure where the scrolls actually are here, there we go. TSC and ISC are Scroll of Town Portal and Scroll of Identify. I would like to stuff messing around with individual scrolls. I've played this game for many years. I don't find that particular little mechanic that exciting. So I'm just going to go straight to having a Tome of Town Portal and a Tome of Identify. TBK and IBK respectively. TBK, the location stays blank, by the way. So for your belt slots and your inventory spaces, you just leave that blank and it will try to figure it out as best as possible. IBK. Again, we only want the one. I will point out while I'm in the middle of this, somewhere along to the far right of the miscellaneous sheet is a quantity field which tells you how many, I can't even remember which column it's in. If you look for it long enough, you will find it. Tells you how many scrolls there are in a book. I have upped mine to 100 for much the same reason as I don't really care about messing around with individual scrolls anymore. So we've got our term portal book, we've got our identify book, one of each. There's no point creating more than one. And then we've got some blanks, or zeros in fact. These can be used to give yourself other starting equipment. You could, for example, give yourself the Horajo Cube right at the very beginning of the game. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to give my character some armor. Let's start with the head. We know we have 20 strength, so if we go into the armor sheet, I believe a skull cap has a requirement of 15 strength. We can't wear a helm, that's fine. Let's go with our skull cap. The code for that is SKP. SKP. We need to specify the location because I don't want it just appearing in the inventory. HEAD is the head slot, and we want one of them, and let's make it high quality. Same deal for the item 7. 7? Let's see, body armor. I believe leather armor should be fine. In fact, we can wear hard leather. Required strength 20. Hard leather is called HLA. HLA, body, no, not body, sorry. TORS, torso. And again, one of them high quality by setting number 3. Item 8 can be our boots. Probably heavy boots, I'm guessing. Yep, okay. So this is the required strength column. 18 strength required, that's perfectly fine. VBT. Hey, V, heavy, yeah, sort of makes sense, doesn't it? Might get a little bit funky when we get further down, but we'll get to that when we get there. VBT. That goes on feet. One of them, item quality 3. And I know these codes, by the way, again, from looking up the actual guide file that comes with the extract. Head, neck, torso, right arm, right ring, left ring, belt, feet, glove. Torso, feet. You get the idea now. Item 9, we've done feet. Let's go with our belt. What can we get in the way of belts? Sash, light belt, belt. Let's see. 0 strength with 25. We don't start with 25 strength, so VBL. Interesting that light belt is VBL. I had to think about that one a little earlier. Sash is LBL. So they've already used the logical code for light belt and had to do something different. Kind of makes sense. But you'll also notice when we were talking about boots or gloves, they had V. V for heavy. Heavy glove, VGL. Heavy boot, VBT. They're actually kind of patterned. So you go light, heavy, I guess medium. I'm not sure what the M code is really meant to be. TH, LVM, TH, LVM, TH. And you'll see that pattern all through these files. So we had VBT, we need our VBL for the belt. I'm pretty certain the code was belt, wasn't it? Yep. Oops. Belt, one of them, high quality. And item 10 can be our gloves. V, B, G, I believe we said that was. No, sorry, VGL. What am I saying? VGL. Let's double check that because I'm not sure now that I say it. Heavy gloves. Definitely can't wear chain gloves at the start. And VGL, yep. Cool. VGL, we want that to be on our glove slot. We want one of them and we want high quality. Excellent. Save that. Make sure that file is in your Excel folder, along with anything else that you want in your mod, and then launch your game with your modified shortcut. Okay, time to create a new character. Amazon. I can't think of a name right now. We're just testing to prove our mod works. Create. And if there was a major problem with the file, it would probably crash about now. Okay, you can already see this is not how the character normally looks when you first start the game. If we open up the inventory, superior short bow, superior heavy gloves, superior skull cap, and so on and so forth. I could, if I'd thought about it later on in the recording there, I could have started with 8 minor healing potions so that these slots were full, but it's really not going to make that big a difference. And you'll notice the quantity of arrows is 250 out of 511. Much like changing the number of scrolls in a book, I have tried to change the number of arrows in a quiver, but there seems to be a hard limit at 511. I've actually set the number in the files to be 1000, but it just cuts out at 511, which, well, that's 1 off 512, and if you've done enough with computers and binary math, you'll know why that's the number. Anyway, that completes this little demonstration. Ta-da!